McIntosh of Sport UK.
Hey, Paul, how's it going?
Kenny,
Good to
I'm
talk.
good. Yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Good to talk to you. Listen, I wanted to ask you about Undertaker. Made some comments earlier on this year about he thought that WWE's product was a little bit too soft, and I know a lot of people have kind of had stuff to say about it, from Drew McIntyre to Edge. I wondered what you thought about his comments, and if there's any update on maybe him coming down to NXT to work with some people. If there's any update on that.
Yeah, everybody has opinions of the business, and the business always morphs and changes, and people have opinions, and you can agree with them, you can disagree with them. Taker has always been one of those guys that's very bluntly honest, and the great thing about him, though, is he's bluntly honest with an opinion. Here's how I think it should be, and here's how I could help you to get there. So he's wide open to all of that. His comments and his intentions are always with the best of intent or desire to improve. And I do believe he has a wealth of knowledge that if he speaks, that there's certain guys in the business that if they speak, they've been around a long time, seen a lot of things, and they've earned the right to. If they speak, you listen and you take their point of view and you work with it. He's one of those guys for sure. So if he says it and believes that there's something to it, then again, every generation is different, and what people are willing to accept in generations, everybody believes that certain generations of music are better than others too. And at the end of the day, all of this is opinion. We all like what we like. We all dislike what we dislike. And we give our opinions on it. And it really comes down to what do the masses of people like. The successful companies have, they can tap in long term to the masses of people and get the most people to buy into, to like, to want to participate with today's product. So, that's where it's at. And again, for Taker, I should absolutely respect his opinion and take it into account, and look forward to working with him on making it all better on every level.
Thanks.
To ask, obviously, we've had some pretty big news today that Chris Jericho is going to be appearing on the WWE Network. Obviously, NXT is moving to Tuesdays. I know this is a question you've heard a lot, but I feel like it's worth asking again now that we've had a few more developments. Might this be a point where we see WWE working with more companies, more wrestling companies in the future?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure how that correlates, but look, we're open for business. We've said it a million times on things. Vince has been very adamant to that, right? Open for business. What's best for business for the WWE, and open to working with whoever that is. I mean, it's a funny thing that people sometimes create their own situations in their head, but that it's not shocking. First of all, I hadn't heard the Jericho thing today, but it's not shocking to me in any way, shape, or form. People made comments about people after they leave, and they received a nice call from Vince or whoever that is. Yeah, it's not shocking to me at all. It's not the perception and the creation of what people believe in their heads when they have zero knowledge of it, personally, is amazing sometimes. The fantasy world that is created, not shocking to me in any way.
Crossover superstars from other industries a possibility in order to engage a bigger audience?
Yeah, I think you saw we did it last year with Pat McAfee. I think you see that there's always opportunities to do, the one-offs or the things here, especially when it's with somebody that really loves what we do and is engaged. To me, when it's like that, when it's Bad Bunny, and I've watched fans sometimes that say, oh, I wish these celebrities would stay out, or, well, first time he takes a bump, he's going to run away crying or something like that. Now, what they don't get is he's been at the Performance Center for the last 3 or 4 months training every day. He moved himself. He wanted to do this. He moved himself to Orlando. He's been there every day working, hard. So, I would say he's earned my respect on every level. And, I had respect for him for what he does, but he's learned my respect in what we do. It takes a lot to go through what we do. Not everybody wants to do it. Not everybody wants to work hard. They want the moment, but they don't necessarily want to do the work that requires you to get there or put in the effort to live up to the role and to the people that you're going to be working with. He's done all of it. So to me, that's impressive. Pat McAfee's another guy that just next level of athlete, and you saw it in the few times that he worked with us. Scheduling for him is always the issue with us, but you saw it, and Pat's continuing with us, has a lot of things he's going to do with us in the future, and it's a very bright future. But his in-ring stuff, was second to none because he worked so hard at it. And for me, if you have passion for what we do and passion for what we do in the ring, and you're willing to work hard to get there, then great, let's go. And if we can do that in NXT or we can do that in Raw and SmackDown, phenomenal. And having that platform where others can come in and do stuff, you'll definitely see that. You'll definitely see more crossover stuff, both from Raw, from SmackDown, and from NXT. So it's always good when you can do that and engage people from the outside. Thank you very much.
Mark?
Hey, Alex.
Hi, Paul. Thank you for the time, man. Really looking forward to next week. Who's tagging with AJ Styles at WrestleMania. AJ Styles told me late last year he was pestering you the same way he did the Undertaker for a WrestleMania match, man. And here we are. It's not happened this year. Did he pester you with those calls? How did you resist? Talk us through it.
He did. He pestered with me every time I saw him. Yeah, he would ask me about it and ask me about my schedule. And I it's funny as we got closer, but man, I've said this before, getting ready for WrestleMania is a different thing. And the older you get, the harder it gets. Doing this once a year, once every couple of years, especially now, is not an easy task. And, you try to stay in the best shape you can, but that's not WrestleMania shape. And it's a different thing. So when he very first came to me, I said, man, AJ, I'm not going to tell you no. To be honest with you personally, I'd love to work with you. And, at this point, you could carry me to something. So, I'd love it. And so the personal side of it, the athlete side of it, the performer side of it would love nothing more. The reality of it is I am not going to have the bandwidth or the availability schedule-wise to be able to pull that off. And then he would come to me like every week or every other week when I would see him and say, how's that bandwidth coming? You're going to be able to make this happen? And I would say, it's not going to happen, and look, I'm flattered by that, and I really am, and humbled by it. But I wish I had the bandwidth to do it, and I'm not saying I won't do it in the coming year. If it's right and everybody believes that it's what should be done. I'm at a point where, to me, the in-ring stuff is bonus. It's funny, Flair calls me all the time to tell me, you got to get back in the ring. You got to go to WrestleMania. You have to have that closure. You have to do this, whatever, retirement match or do all this stuff. And it's, there's a part of me that wants to do it. Then there's just a part of me, and it's a bigger part right now, that just goes, man, I am so busy 24/7 that to try to even contemplate having to train the way I would want to train and get in shape. And by in shape, I don't mean look, I mean in shape ring-wise, so you don't embarrass yourself when you get in there at 52. It's a lot of work, and I don't know that I'm not afraid of the work. If I could make more hours in the day, I could find time to do it. It's just the time,
I'll hold out hope, Paul. I'll hold out hope. Looking forward to next week, man. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
All right, folks, we have time.